Welcome back to Marketing for Your Future. I am your host, David Benfield. On the show, we speak to digital marketing experts to help make you a digital marketing expert yourself. So joining me all the way from Arlington, Virginia is Timothy Ito. Timothy, he is with Marketing Nice Guys. Timothy, how are you doing today? Thank you for being on the show.
Good. Great to be here. Thanks, David, for inviting us.
I promise you, it is our pleasure. So let's just jump right to the chase here. Tell us about your company, Marketing for Nice Guys. What do you guys specialize in?
Yeah, we're the Marketing Nice Guys. So we specialize in probably 5 digital marketing areas. We do website design and development. We do social media management. We do paid media, including programmatic, paid search, things like that. We do SEO and content, and we do some things around e-commerce, and then also email and marketing automation. So we kind of are a full service marketing automation firm. I think what makes us a little bit different is that we do training too. So for some of our clients, they don't necessarily need us to kind of support their operations. They just need a little training or a little guidance here and there. So we do that kind of thing for them as well.
That's very cool. Actually, there's not a lot of folks that I've spoken to who do that as well. So that way they can kind of give their clients the keys to their own castle, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So talk to me about starting your company. What made you decide to go from working for somebody to working for yourself?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think for us, I worked with a business partner. My business partner and I, we just decided that when we looked at the field, we thought that there were some things that we could do to help, particularly small businesses. We're an agency that's focused on helping small businesses do digital marketing better. And I think for us, what we felt like there were a lot of things that were happening that small businesses were doing that weren't exactly best practice. And what we wanted to do was really try to address that and help them improve what they were doing. And we thought that there was a market for our services. And so far, we're about 10 months old. I think we've been pretty correct in that. I think we do feel still that there's a market for the services that we provide. So, we feel pretty good about that in terms of what we wanted to do when we started it.
Very cool. So how do you guys prepare your folks for the future? So especially since you're training some of these clients, what are you preparing them for say 2-3 years down the road? Like what kind of changes do you see happening in the industry?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think, for a lot of small businesses, the issue isn't, a lot of them can't afford the technology. I think the big things that are happening in the industry really revolve around AI and data analysis, right? I think you're seeing a lot of bigger companies starting to take advantage of more data scientists. They're starting to look at how to better personalize experiences or how to predict people who are going to convert or not convert. I think for a lot of small companies, that's hard. So where we try to get them to the point of is really just starting to do a lot of these things, starting to look at data, starting to use data, starting to look at how to think long-term about their businesses while they're trying to obviously get those short-term conversions in the door. One of the things that we do, for example, is SEO. We really kind of hit home about how hard it is to do SEO. It's hard to do SEO. It's hard to do it well. And I think one of the things that we try to impress upon the clients in particular is that if you invest long-term in some of these things, they're going to pay off eventually. The hard part for them, again, is going to be they can't, right now for our clients, they can't compete on the data side because they don't have the investment and the resources up front that companies really have to start making, I think, in the future.
Interesting. Very interesting. Data-driven. Yeah. So it seems like things are going to get a little bit more personalized, right? So like you need to scour through the data to make sure that you're reaching the right people instead of going out and blasting all over the place. We want to focus our efforts a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, the days of blasting anything out I think are really coming to an end very quickly. I got an email from, I think it was Macy's the other day. It said, "Hello, ladies, it's time for a sale." And I think you kind of look at an email like that and say, well, don't they know that I've purchased pants from them and other things? And
right.
It doesn't make any sense. And I think where companies are getting really good is personalizing that experience to you. I'll give you another example in email. It's Fanatics, right? I don't know if you're a sports fan, but if you
yeah, absolutely.
if you love sports and you buy your team's sports, Fanatics customizes almost everything to what you purchased and the teams and things like that. And so all their follow-up campaigns and everything else to you are very personalized to who you are. So it's super effective because I always need another Ohio State Buckeyes thing, or I always need another Cleveland Browns thing.
As a Jaguars fan,
right?
as a Jaguars fan, I don't need you sending me things about the Titans, man. Like, we're not interested. This is Jacksonville.
Right. Exactly. I mean, I think that's the point when companies get really good at that, right? And obviously that takes a lot of work up front when it comes to segmenting the data, segmenting who these individuals are, and then what you send them. But you can really personalize a lot of things that I think that's where that's where our clients are not quite there yet in terms of their personalization to their audiences. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Well, Timothy, I really appreciate your time. Unfortunately, I am out of it on my end. So, so we just want to say thank you so very much.
No, it was great. It was great to be on, David. Thanks again for having us.
All right. So if you want to learn more about Marketing Nice Guys, head to dailyadbrief.com. That's going to do it for us here on Marketing for Your Future. We will see you in the future. Until then.